everybody? I got another CJRB knife coming in hot right at the end of the year here. It is the CJRB Frack. Artisan / CJRB have just like totally knocked it out of the park this year with quite a number of models. And this one is like the latest and greatest, y'all. It is one of the best. Very, very much fallen in love with this thing over the last handful of days that I've been religiously carrying it and using it as much as possible. Because it is such a sweet knife. So, big full-size knife. Look at that. All the digits with plenty of room to spare. And then you choke up on it, and it's like you could almost fit half of another hand on there, right? Yeah. This thing is nuts. Button lock. I ended up getting the version. They came out with like 3 or 4 versions of it right off the bat. But I went with the stainless steel handle with the frag pattern on it, and their infamous in-house AR RPM 9 steel. Great powdered stainless steel, super good steel. Love the way this steel sharpens, edge retention, rust corrosion resistance. It's a sweet steel. CJRB Artisan does a fantastic job with that, and like this knife is so freaking sweet. It started off, and I'll tell you my journey with them, and first getting the Pyrite. The OG well, not the OG Pyrite. The OG Pyrite has a drop point blade, and then they came out with that blade shape, the Wharncliffe blade shape, which is not really a true Wharncliffe because there is just a hair bit of belly to that. You know, it's not completely straight, so it's kind of like a Warny sheepsy, Wharncliffe, Sheepscliff, whatever. But anyways, so I went with this blade shape, and I got the one that had just the plain handle scale, and then they came out with this aluminum guy with the frag pattern. So, you know, I've done videos on both of those, so if you want to check those out, if you haven't checked them out, if you haven't seen this knife enough throughout the last 5 months, this thing has just, you know, stormed through the knife world as being one of probably the best button locks, one of the best button locks, definitely in the top 3 for the entire year as far as a fantastic EDC carry. So I got those, and then they came out with the XL version of the Pyrite, not with the Wharncliffe, with the regular drop point blade, and they came out with the XL version, right? So it got bigified, and I was like, sweet, that excited me, because I was like, okay, they did the big one of the regular blade shape, now they're going to do the big one of the worn-footed blade shape, and like I was stoked, and I was anxious, and it didn't happen, and I was like, "What? Why?" So I was irritated that they were not immediately coming out with a big version of the Wharncliffe Pyrite, and then they dropped this, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute! Hold the phone, back the hell up! What the frack are they thinking?" So. Yeah, I'm punning that all day long for this video, so forgive me, but the CJRB Frack, you know, how can you not fracking love it? But, so they came out with this, and I don't have a normal, the drop point bladed Pyrite in the regular size or in the XL, but if you had... I know who does. G-Ball does. Of course G-Ball does. If you want, go watch his video on the Frack, because he was able to line it up right next to the XL version of the Pyrite with the drop point blade. And if you look at that knife and the Frack, it's like those two are the mom and dad, and this was their baby, or, you know, the drop point blade of this Pyrite was the baby between the XL, Pyrite, and the Frack. that's my mindset. That's when I watched G-Ball's video and saw him compare the Frack and the XL of the Pyrite. That's where my train of thought went. That's where how my brain was functioning that day. And so tell me in the comments if you agree. If you agree, go watch G-Ball's video on it if you haven't already. And then tell me in the comments if you agree. If you think that is a fair, you know, we like to personify our knives in some way, shape, or form. And that's where my train of thought went. So if you agree with me or if you don't agree with me, let me know in the comments. I absolutely love this thing. It is fantastic. If you wanted something bigger but didn't want the drop point blade, if you wanted more of that sheep's footy, Warncliffe-esque blade shape, and that's kind of what they did with this thing. Again, I'm with G-Ball, and his train of thought is also my train of thought, in the fact that the blade shape is kind of a sheep's foot mixed with a drop point, so you get just a very aggressive drop point with a nice belly without being a crazy amount of belly. And it works, and the fully usable forward finger choil, that's a mouthful to say, is just, how can you not love the ability to choke up on it like that and use every bit of that blade and have handle for freaking days? Yeah, there's only one little thing that I wish that they did differently. And that's the pocket clip. I don't know what it is with me this year, 2023, but I have, in all the knives that I've purchased, there's about 4 of them that I do not like and am irritated in one way or another by the pocket clip. And it's not that this one doesn't function. I think that it's a little too springy for the size of the knife, and I'm assuming that it is that way because it is the exact same pocket clip, same size as the regular pyrites, as the pyrites, the 3.125 or whatever the blade length is on the pyrites. This guy with this massive blade, huge ass handle, in comparison to the regular size pyrite, you see the size differences there. Why does it still have the same size clip? I mean, this is a small clip for this size and style of knife. Just the overall profile of it, the weight of it, with having the stainless steel handles, even though, I mean, they milled out the inside of this thing like crazy. Look at all that weight relief cutout job being done on the inside. Yeah, definitely took out a lot of material to help adjust the weight on it. But it's not super heavy, but it's also not lightweight. I think the weight on it is very, very appropriate for the ergos and the size of the whole thing. But I wish that they had done a little bit beefier of a clip, a stronger, more durable, more stout clip, whatever adjective word you want to add in there. And I just wanted to pull out the Artisan Accelerator, which has also been an insanely sweet knife for this year. Love this thing too. It is hard to, like, I forget about them until I see them in one of my drawers, and I'm like, oh yes, I want to carry that thing today, because it's also just a sweet, beefy, he screams, use me knife. And look at the milled clip that they put on this big bad boy. It's not any longer. It's actually kind of on the short side, so it's not a very long clip, but because it's a fully milled titanium clip, it's just a little more robust. It's heavier duty. It's got a tighter retention, and the springiness of it is not as loose. So this is just a much better clip for these size knives, these larger knives. So yeah, that's my argument with that one. So I will be hunting down and purchasing soon, really soon, a better clip for the CJRB Frack. But man, is it a fracking good knife. It's such a good knife. I'm really glad that they came out with this. I like it. I'm happy with it, and you know what? They don't. I love it so much that they don't need to make an XL version of the Pyrite with the Warney blade. I'm good with the Frack. The Frack hits that desire. It satisfies those needs, the want. So, yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. I hope I gave you a little bit different insight and opinions on the CJRB Frack. And I am working on trying to have a video almost every day for the next 3 to 5 days so that y'all have some viewing content from my channel during the holiday stress. And it's nice to have some fresh videos and some good people to watch some content of. So, look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Y'all have a great day. Peace.